Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to give a little bit of a basic video again, although it's for higher ops levels. I talked about this in a full set of a full video when I was talking about the 60 plus levels, and I still want to single it out a little bit because I need to talk about hazards again. We talked about this a little bit as well at the red glowing, because you even see that on your ships if you're in one of these systems. And so let's quickly go to one of the areas where you find stuff like that. You can see at the moment we have Ceres invasion, and so the markings are a bit odd, but that makes it easier for me to find those systems today, because Ternoduck is one of those hazard systems. Well, it should show something else here, though. Let's have a look at a different one. Yeah, here, that one's better. There are different hazards out here in the 60 plus levels. And you might have seen it if you are on a lower level in either the Ceres invasion space where you find the chimeras, or in the mirror universe, in the part of the mirror universe where you go with a NSEA protector, because only that one will survive in these hazard areas. But they are not completely like the hazard areas you find here in the 60 plus space. Every system, when you click on it, has a mark like here, as you can see over the set course button. There's the hazard sign. It shows which kind of hazard it is. It shows a 3, so that's a tougher one because you get 300% damage here. And hazard always means that you will get damage over time in those systems. In this case, we have radiation level 3. Well, it starts at level 1, fortunately, but here it's level 3. And that means that you get a percentage of damage to your hull health every 5 seconds. And at the 300% one, you have to work a lot to counter that, because you can counter this hazard damage. So when I'm there with a ship, as I was this morning for my dailies, you have to act fast, because there are dailies that you have to hunt in hazard systems. Here we have a level 2 one, as you can see, with an ion storm. There are ion storms, there's radiation, and there's asteroid fields. And you, of course, need to do some dailies in your 61 plus levels in hazard systems. So you have to hunt a certain number of hostiles in a hazard system to score points for your dailies. And then, of course, there are general faction hunt dailies like you had before, but they added hazard hunting dailies. And you also have hazard mining dailies. That's where I still have a ship at the moment. There are hazard systems with mines as well. And you see that I'm mining in this hazard system. That's Corfit. That's the most common one. And you see it's 100% because it's a radiation level 1. And so you can more easily counter that. And if you look at the screen again, it says my protection is 110% with that ship. So you have a general protection for every ships that you can create with research, and there are certain abilities of ships to counter these hazards. And in this case, I have a cell key there, and in hazard systems you really only should use cell keys from the beginning. First of all, they are mining much faster. People who are going into hazard systems mining with faction ships are really annoying. And the protection of your cell key gets much higher, much faster. That's why it's really important to at least have one cell key. I mean, I have 3 of those because that made a lot of sense for me. And you can get them via the different factions. If you've seen the cell key video, you will know. But their protection is rising quickly with research. There's especially hazard protection research for the cell key. And that's why the cell key is so important to do that. And in this system, you see that my Selkie is full, and that's full because I left it there overnight, and it survives. It doesn't have any hull damage because my protection is better than the hazard level would do damage. That's only works for me at the moment in a level 1 system, like Corfit, but and in a level 2 system with 200% damage, I would still get damage because I only have 110% protection. But in a level 1 system, you see I can mine all night without being destroyed, and can collect the hazard mining daily points as well that do exist. And so you have to really keep an eye out. There's abilities for certain ships, and the main one there for the mining part is the Selkie, but also the uncommon 6-star faction ships have a certain amount of hazard protection, but for different kinds of hazards. One is for iron storms, one is for asteroid fields, one is for radiation. And then there's research, and especially important is the Selkie only research. That's why my protection is so high already, although I'm not that long in the 60s levels. And there are sometimes refits, but there are none that are free to play at the moment, if I remember correctly. At least I've never seen them on some way of getting them in the game. I've only seen them in the shop. And there are sometimes consumables that protect you from hazard. But the main thing really is pick the right ships and then do the research. In case of research, we can quickly have a look. That's all in combat research. If I go to my F&E, F&E, it's in German. It's sometimes puzzling when you do it in different languages. So if you scroll far back there where all the 6-star research comes, there's a lot of research that needs those hazard particles that you earn with the dailies, but it also brings you hazard deflectors, as you can see here, asteroid deflectors, iron storm deflectors, and radiation deflectors. I need to go on with that because I use the hazard particles for my Selkie skins we will talk about in a few days as well, because they're really helpful. And so I'm still working on the deflectors here, but that's gonna come. And here is the adapting skin, because that is increasing the Selkie base hazard resistance, and not just for one type, it's for all types, and that's what I meant. But it's tier locked on the Selkie. I need to upgrade my Selkie in the next material event again, so I can continue upgrading this research here, so that I can go to higher hazard levels with my Selkie. So my main point is really keep an eye on your research when you go there. You see that I also can do Federation Ironstorm protection, Romulan radiation protection, and Klingon asteroid protection for my different faction ships, and so concentrate on the uncommon faction ship that you chose, and then do the research for it. So if you have a Federation faction ship, do the Federation Ironstorm protection, and for your dailies pick an Ironstorm system and not a radiation or asteroid field, so that you really match your ships with what you have to do for your dailies, and match your ship with the research that you prioritize. And that's the main point why I said I want to do a quick hazard video again, because that is really the important part. I can almost completely do my whole faction hunt dailies as well while I'm doing my hazard combat dailies, because I can survive in a system long enough and to hunt high enough hostiles in that hazard system that I almost complete my normal faction hunt dailies with it. It requires many more hostiles than the hazard ones, but it's starting to work now because of the research I did. And that's why I really suggest that you keep an eye on your research early on when you go into the 60s levels, that you really focus on the hazard protection researches here, that you can survive longer in these systems. There will also be tons of missions in those systems where you have to go to either fly to waypoints, or that you have to fight mission bosses there. And so you really need a hazard protection for your ships. And that's why when you are new in this 60, 61 plus levels, then immediately have a look out in your research for this. It will make your gameplay much, much, much easier. So that's why I wanted to recap hazard a little bit, because a lot of people, I read it in the comments on the Discord at least, in the first place, do not really know what to do there. And the points that are said in this video are really important for you. So keep an eye out for that once you reach those levels. And more people in this game will now be in the 61 to 70 levels, that they are still comparatively new, but more and more people are going there. On my server, it's a lot of people now, and on the older servers, of course, it will be more. So you will very soon be there as well if you're not there yet. If you want to add something to what I said here in this video, please do. Then please do in the comments below the video and on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.